Well, hi and welcome back to my channel at Also Victoria, where I'm a part-time reseller on Etsy, Poshmark, and eBay. And I'm going to be going over what sold the first 2 weeks of December. So I sold 24, I think 25 items in those first 2 weeks. And I will be putting up my gross, my net, my fees, my cost of goods right here. So let me tell you what all that was. So my gross profit for those, not profit, it wasn't a profit. My gross for the sales for those 2 weeks was $860.05. The fees were $216.63, and the cost of goods was $21.07. So that brings my net profit to $622.35. Give or take. That's doing my math as best as I do math on a little calculator. So that's what I came up with. So the reason the cost of goods was so low is because one of those was a pattern, and I've had my patterns forever, and I didn't include, like, so I kind of figured, I don't know, I bought like 7 banana boxes of patterns for $10 a banana box, and it was, so they were pennies on the dollar. So I don't even include that cost, even though it cost me $70 for hundreds of patterns. So I just don't include it. And 6 of these sales were pine cones that my daughter gathered up in the mountains. So I just send all the money. I give her all the money, and I'll talk about the pine cones so that there's no cost of goods really there. They're just her time. And the other one was something I didn't know what the cost was. My best guess is $1, maybe. I didn't write it down, but I do remember buying these at one of those collectible stores, collectible shops where a bunch of vendors are and stuff. So, but I don't know. And one was my mother's, and 2 were given to me by my son-in-law, and 3 were from my kids that keep bringing me stuff or stuff they've had. And so 3 of those, so it didn't cost me anything. And 1 was from a very good friend of mine. Okay, so let me get started with what sold. Starting December 2nd, in my my Etsy Cameron D shop, I sold these pine cones. So I sold 2 sets. So I sell them for 2 for $15, and then the buyer pays the shipping. And so they bought 2 sets for $30. And the money just goes, taking out fees, and the money goes to my daughter. And then on my Also Victoria Etsy shop, I sold this wool skirt, this gray, the name will be up here, or the tag will be up here of what it was, for $32. I had picked that up at the bins back in 2012, and then I listed it last year in October, and it cost me about 60 cents from the bins for whatever I picked up that day. And I remember I did sell it once, and it might have went to Great Britain. I think that's where the skirt's originally from, but it might have, or at least the maker is, might have went to Great Britain, and then she said it didn't fit. The size was separate but than the size that's listed, but because it's vintage, you're going to have a size difference, even though I had the measurements of the waist in the description, but I just did a return on that. So anyway, it sold again. And let's see, then I sold on eBay, I sold these Prada black shoes. Now these were given to me by my son-in-law, so I sold those for $150, and the buyer paid shipping on those. And on Etsy, in my Cameron D shop, I sold this package of mistletoe, 2 mistletoes for $12.50. And once again, those are for my daughter, because every year she gathers mistletoe and decorates it up. And last year, I believe her and her niece went door to door and sold them door to door, like $5 a package or donation or something, so that her niece can buy Christmas presents. And I think the year before that, she makes this really cute wooden Christmas tree and displays them on a Christmas tree. And I think her and her niece sold them in front of one of the supermarkets. But this year, I put them on Etsy for me and eBay, and they sold. Well, two of them sold. And then also on Etsy on the 5th in my Cameron D shop, I sold these little pink elves. These are the ones I was talking about that I actually have 6 of them, and I kind of divided by color. So these 2 pink ones, and this is a red and green one, and then there's a larger set. So I sold these 2 for $15. I picked them up at that Emporium shop where vendors have booths and stuff. And I can't remember what I paid for them. I just have a feeling that I paid $2 for all of them, or anyway, they were really, really cheap. And so I didn't include that in the cost of goods because I really couldn't remember. And then I sold some more of my daughter's pine cones. This person bought 3 sets of them for $45. And actually he bought, I can't remember if it's the same person or not. And then he bought 3 sets for his children. And in one of the notes it said, Santa said, I heard you've been good kids this year, and I know you've been admiring these pine cones. And so he ordered those and sent those off to his kids. And then he bought 3 sets. And actually he came back and bought another set too. And then I think that was the last listing I have, and I haven't renewed the listing. I just figure it's so close to Christmas now. I didn't want to ship it out. They wouldn't get them by Christmas if that's what they were going to use them for. And so anyway, they were $45 for 3 sets was $45, and they paid shipping. And that to another set. So twice I sold 3 sets for $45. And let's see. And so all that money goes to my daughter. And then also on Etsy at my Cameron D shop, I sold this little donkey for $20. And the lady, because I always message my buyers on Etsy, and I let them know, thank them for their purchases, and I let them know that it's shipping out that day or the next day. And then they sometimes write me back. I will occasionally do that. I can't do it on Poshmark. Poshmark has a little, unless they buy it in a bundle, but Poshmark has a little more difficult time being able to communicate with your buyers. I can do it on eBay. I could contact the buyers, and I've done that occasionally on eBay, and I would do it on my Art Fire shop too. So anyway, this lady bought this donkey for $20, and she said she can't wait to get it. She bought it as a gift for her boyfriend who likes donkeys, and this one just seemed to speak to her. And when she had ordered it, because I listed it in September of this year, and I picked it up in May at the Goodwill over on the coast for $2.69. But when she mentioned it, I thought, oh, Christmas, a donkey. Maybe that's part of a nativity scene. Maybe they're going to use it for a nativity scene. But no, she's just getting it for her boyfriend because he likes donkeys. And this one just spoke to her. So it's a vintage, I don't know, 40s, 50s donkey. And then over on Etsy in my Cameron D shop, I sold this 30s maroon smoking jacket. It's an interesting story. Stick around, hear the story, because I'm going to tell it. On this, so I sold this for $185. I actually picked it up last summer at an estate sale, so it cost me about $1.23, and I listed it in July, so I listed it fairly quickly. And it really didn't smell like smoke. I do have another one my daughter gave me that does smell like smoke, but this one didn't smell like smoke. And then the buyer reached out to me, and because she was concerned, because she saw the exact same smoking jacket with the pictures, with the description on another site as she was researching the label on it. I can't remember what the label is, but it's up here too. It's part of the, I should go like this because it's part of the thing I put up. Anyway, she was concerned a bit because she said, well, somebody else is selling that same jacket, and it was over in Great Britain, so the price was by the pounds. She said for a lot less, but she didn't know the site. I guess she's more familiar with Etsy. And I said, wow, that's surprising. Thank you for letting me know. And I said, well, you know, I have the jacket, so I don't know what I wrote her, but I did communicate with her. And then I said that I had went and I searched, and I did see that someone indeed had my pictures, my description, and were selling it on their site. Their site was not secure though, and I was gonna contact them, but you had to put in your email and everything. And I go, well, I'm not gonna give this site my information for one. So I backed out of the site, but I did let the buyer know that I have the jacket, and I did send it, and it has been delivered. And then as I was seeing somebody's YouTube channel, and those ads you get, the ad just caught my interest, and it was actually an hour-long Google ad. And so I watched the whole ad for an hour, so I'm lucky for whoever's YouTube that was on. I can't remember. I think it was on Common Tags. I think it was on Courtney's Common Tags. Anyway, so I watched the whole ad, and it was very informative of how Google does their algorithm and stuff. So it made me think about contacting them, because they do have a way you could contact Google. So I just today contacted Google, put the link to that website, and put the information that they're phishing. There's different ways you can address the issue. And so I put all that information, and I sent it off to Google, so Google's can do what they need to do to keep people from, they try to get their algorithms so when people are searching in the Google search bar, it won't take them to a site that is not trustworthy, basically, is what it is. So anyway, they'll do what they do with it, and there's nothing I could do about the people having my pictures and my information and my jacket that they don't have, and trying to probably spam people. I don't know. Anyway, that's that story. So that sold on the 8th in my Oso Victoria shop. Oh, another thing about that jacket. Etsy charged me, let me see, 27, oh, I have it somewhere. I don't have it on here. They charged me $27 and something for an ad. So this jacket was sold through one of Etsy's ads. And I think a month or so ago, I had something else sell through one of their ads. So even if you're not signed up for their ads, at some point, and I think it's probably higher priced items, I don't know, they will show your item on their ads. And if a buyer buys it, then they charge you for that ad. So probably depending on the cost of the item. Since this was a $185 item, they charged me $27 ad fee for showing that jacket, because the person bought it, seeing it in the ad, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it sold. And the next on eBay, I sold another set of pine cones for my daughter for $15. And then on my Etsy shop and Cameron D shop, I sold another set of pine cones for my daughter for $15. And let's see, on the 7th on Poshmark, I sold this Morbid Threads Bustier for $20. And I really, really want to thank the Poshmark seller or person that's a Poshmark person. When I listed it, because I said it was a skull brand and I didn't know what the brand was, she messaged me and said, well, that is from, it's Morbid with the skull on it, is called Morbid Threads, and if you use that in your description, you might get more people interested in it. And so I changed the description, and sure enough, I've got a lot of people interested in it, with a lot of likes. And I sent out offers. I actually sent out offers. Sold it for 20. I sent out offers, I think, for 16 or 18 or something, because I didn't really want to lower the price, because this particular bustier was shown. So one of the actresses wore it in Easy A, the movie Easy A. And I pointed that I don't know if I had enough room in the description to write all that. And so I think I got a lower offer on it, and I just countered with a higher offer and then nothing. But eventually, yes, it did sell for $20, which was a pretty good price. Direct offer, full price. That's what it is, full price. And then also I sold on Poshmark this Real Tree Cottonwood Deer hoodie, this black hoodie for $12, and this was given to me by my son-in-law, and so this was an offer to likers, so I don't know what I had it listed for, but it was $12 was the offer. And then on my Etsy Cameron D shop, I sold this brown frog bank. I picked it up at the Goodwill for 99 cents on okay, this is funny, on December 14th, 2010. So I had it for 10 years, but I did list it 2 years ago. So I did list it in my Cameron D shop in March of 2018, and it sold on the 10th of December for $15. And then I sold this on Etsy, also Victoria. I sold this purple suede jacket for $40. This was given to me by a friend of mine, so there was no cost of goods in this. And I sold it back in August of 2014, and then it was returned because I think it's for a petite woman. So the arms were too short. She said the arms were too short for her, or the sleeves, her arms, the sleeves were too short for her arms, and so she returned it because I accept returns on Etsy, and well, I don't care, I accept returns anywhere. But anyway, except Poshmark doesn't do it that way. Anyway, I accepted return and I relisted it. And I originally had listed it in November of 2010. So it had been listed and then it sold. And so it had been listed for 4 years. Then it sold. Then I relisted it. I didn't relist it right away, but I did relist it. And then it sold again for $40. But shipping on that was $18, which I paid because I had listed it at $40 before I was doing the $35. Anything that sells at $35 and over is free shipping. So this was listed before that went into effect, and I never changed it because I figure, well, if it's been listed that long, it's going on sale. And the sale is me paying the shipping, if that makes sense. Okay, and then on Etsy, Cameron D, I sold another set of Pinecones for my daughter. And then on Cameron D, I sold this Colibri Monogas tabletop lighter. Tabletop lighter. It's an Art Deco lighter. I sold it for $34. It was really cool. I didn't know if it worked or not because I didn't have the way to get all the stuff that it takes. I have no idea. I don't know anything about lighters. Anyway, I had picked it up when we went on our Central Oregon trip. So I picked it up at a Habitat for Humanity in Sisters, Oregon on November, and then I listed it November 30th, and so it sold. It cost me $3. Yeah, this was part of the thing that it was originally priced $6 at this store, thrift store, and the collectibles were on sale half off, and this is one of them. So it cost me $3, sold it for $34. And then on Artfire, which shocked me since they've been messing around with all my patterns and stuff and my fees, I sold this vintage Butterick 70s teen boho pattern for $6. And so that's one of the things I didn't price because I think it's something I've had forever anyway. So $6 on that. And then on Poshmark, I sold this faux fur tote bag for $20. This had belonged to my mom. She really liked animal print stuff. And so she had that, and I sold that for $20, full price sale. And then also on Poshmark, I sold this, and this, we're up on the 12th of December now. I sold this Jane Ashley green quilted jacket. It was a 2X, and I sold that for $20. And that was also, it was an offer to me. So I don't know what I had it listed for, but they offered me $20 for it, and I accepted. And I picked this up in Prineville at the Humane Society in Prineville in November, so this last November. So it hadn't been listed that long. And then on my Etsy, also Victoria, I sold this what I called a spa robe because it had terry cloth inside. So it'd be great if you were in the spa to throw it on after you get out of the steam room or something, or swimming or whatever, because of the terry cloth lining. Sold that for $58 and it cost me $6. I had picked that up in Reading on February of this year at the Cancer Society down in Redding, California. And it was listed in March. And then on the 14th in my Etsy Cameron D shop, I sold these little pink bear salt and pepper shakers. And I remember picking those. Oh, never mind. I sold those for $12 and I got those at the Goodwill here in Ashland for 89 cents. And I listed them in March of this year, and I had picked them up in December of 2019. Just a small little sale there. But little things like that, I usually generate, if we're going to pick it up, little trinket, little things like that, my going rate is usually about $12. And then, especially if they're lightweight kind of things, so the shipping is a few bucks. So the shipping was $3.70, but they paid $3.30 of that. And that's kind of what I look at, is the weight of the item and the $12 cost, so that I have some profit of $8. Okay. And then also over on Etsy on the 14th, my Also Victoria shop, I sold these red Mademoiselle velvet suede pumps for $49.50, and they cost me $1.52. I got them at an estate sale in Talent the summer before last, and I listed them October of last year. And the buyer did contact me. I can't remember what she contacted me for, but she contacted me for some reason and asked me something about them. Oh, maybe about it, when I would ship them out, and how soon did she think she would get them? And since she was in California, the only thing I could tell her is that they would go out priority, that shipping from where I'm at in Southern Oregon to California is pretty quick, and they would get there by the week. But being that it's Christmas season and the mailing has kind of slowed down somewhat, I couldn't guarantee when she would get them. And then a couple of days later, she ordered them or bought them. So that was cool. And then on my Etsy Cameron D shop, I sold another package of mistletoe. So you should 2 little bags of mistletoe. I put down that they're Christmas toppers. I do put down that they're toxic to animals. And there's something about if humans ingested them, they would make them hallucinate. I don't know. Don't eat mistletoe anyway. But if you have little kids around, you probably wouldn't want mistletoe hanging around either, just in case, if you have little tiny ones. So anyway, $12.50 for that, and that goes to my daughter. And then the last thing I sold, which was yesterday, I think if today's the 16th, yes. On my Also Victoria shop was this vintage 1987 Mulberry Molasses t-shirt, the Jeff Pollard design, and it has 3 sleeping moles in it, and it actually says mole asses on it. So I sold that for $42, and it was really excellent shape. I did see some on some of the, I don't know where I saw them. I don't know if it was eBay, vintage t-shirt shop, for less than that, but I just thought this is in such good shape, and it's the only one I saw in this color, teal. The other ones were gray. So I thought, okay, well, I'll start at 42 and see where it goes. And I paid $2.40 over in Brookings at the South Coast Humane Society in October of this year. And so, yeah, I was happy to sell that little vintage t-shirt. Okay, so that's all my 25 sales. I believe I said 25 sales. Let me break it down, how many in each shop and what each shop earned me in gross profits. And so my Etsy Also Victoria shop, I sold 5 items for a gross of $406.50. And my Etsy Cameron D shop, which was mostly selling my daughter's Pinecones, I sold 12 items for a total of gross of $286. And in Poshmark, I sold 4 items for a total of $72. And in eBay, I sold 2 items for a total of $165. And that's because that was those Prada shoes. And then in my Artfire shop, I sold that one pattern for a total of $6. So Etsy made me the most with the 5 sales. eBay didn't do bad with the Prada shoes. So if you have a higher price item, of course. So anyway, that's the total. So I hope you like what sold videos. I will be doing the last 2 weeks in December, sometime in January. And I have some more haul videos to put up and adventure videos. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Hit the thumbs up. I like that part. Okay, thanks so much. Until next time. Bye.